but right now we've got a special edition of Danny's Dozen. 50 days until the NFL season starts. So this is a debut of a new segment. I initially named it Danny's 12. I got vetoed.
Right.
So now we're going with Danny's Dozens, the debut.
Now,
Usually alliterative segment.
Are you doing a dissertation on each team again?
Because yesterday was very long.
I was told to go 21 minutes, and we went exactly 21 minutes.
I know, but you have teammates.
You went 21.
Yeah.
All of us got
You
to
guys
go.
check the tape. A lot of interruptions.
Luka
That bad boy was long. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry, one more
Doncic
Cam
of
Ward
segments.
talk.
Cam Ward was good. His number one pick.
Yeah, I know. For the 20.
Danny's Dozens, the debut.
All right, so we'll see who makes the top dozen. But in order to get to the top 12, we got to go through all 32 teams. Here's the bottom 10. Yeah, that's right, Brew. Here we go. Teams 23 through 32. We can start with an in-depth breakdown of the New Orleans Saints if you want, but no, I don't think we need to do that. I think the most surprising teams on this list would be at 23 and 24. I think the Dolphins have serious blow-it-up potential. Like the trade that just happened, Tyreek Hill discontent, Tua health, GM hot seat, coach hot seat.
You got Wildes as Seahawks.
Yeah. I think Miami.
He's not high on your Seahawks.
I'm not high on your Seahawks, but the Cowboys I think are probably the most surprising team for people on that list.
It's pretty low.
3-5 with Dak healthy last year with no signature win, and the Schottenheimer hire is just a weird one to me. He was on the coaching staff with Mike McCarthy when they would disappoint. Like, it's hard to say and sell New Day in Dallas when you just promoted a guy who was already there. And it's a really young offensive line for me to believe that there's going to be a lot of continuity in Dallas this year. Let's get to the middle tier of teams in the NFL. NFC dominant, NFC North dominant. 14, 15, and 17, Packers, Bears, and Vikings. Oh my. Young coaches, young quarterbacks, tons of talent, toughest division in football, and a bunch of teams on there that your Patriots who believe, the Raiders upgraded coach and quarterback, they believe. Bucks probably think, what do we have to do to get more respect? Did the Falcons find a pass rush with what they did in the draft? There's a lot of teams on that list, I think, that actually believe that they can be contenders this year. It's a deep league. But
now, the appetizers are done. Now it's time for the main meal.
You ready, Brew? You want more on this? You want me to go every team?
No, please.
Okay, just want to move on. Just want to let you. All right, fine. Now to Danny's Dozen. Team number 12. Brew can't decide on the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's changing his take.
You like him. That's playoffs, right? I don't know how many AFC teams.
Yeah, no, it's playoffs, and I don't love the drama that Aaron Rodgers brings, but I know that Mike Tomlin doesn't care about drama. He's dealt with it with Le'Veon Bell. He's dealt with it with Antonio Brown. And you could say you've heard the take before, but if you can do it with Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett, you could certainly do it with Aaron Rodgers. And I love the idea of Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith.
I do like that.
And DK Metcalf. That is pass catchers who block, who will help an old quarterback stay healthy, and that he can get rid of the ball too very quickly. So I think the Steelers.
I'm filing that away as I marinate on my Steelers.
I can't wait for prediction week for you. Number 11. Another AFC team, the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix got completely overshadowed by Jaden Daniels and then all of the talk about my guy, Caleb Williams. Bo Nix had 29 touchdowns last year.
He was good.
That's second most for a rookie ever to Justin Herbert. No big deal. But the Broncos, they add Hufanga, they add Greenlaw to their defense, which was already a borderline top 5 unit, depending on what stat you want to go with. Now it's year 2 for Bo Nix with Sean Payton. They had the playoff experience from last year. It's a very solid team that just nobody talks about because of the AFC West. Number 10, the aforementioned Justin Herberts. Their draft of Hampton and then Trey Harris in the second round, a deep threat that a lot of people loved coming out of college. They need something for him in the passing game outside of Ladd McConkey. But Harbaugh just wins, and Herbert, you guys know he's the next Peyton Manning. But again, an AFC team that was in the playoffs last year that won double digits and I think upgraded significantly in terms of the weapons that they could surround with. And they don't get as much attention for the Lions and the Eagles That's an excellent offensive line, maybe the second best tackle duo of any team in the NFL with Alt and Slater. Alt had an awesome rookie year. Number 9, maybe a disappointment here for the rankings in Washington, given that they were in the NFC Championship game last year. 9 games last year they won by single digits. Won that Tampa game in the playoffs by just 3 points. I loved what Jaden Daniels did.
Can I stop you there?
Yeah, please.
I don't think that's a good stat.
Why not?
That they won a lot of games by single digits.
You don't like that stat?
No, I think it's a good stat, but I feel like that's, we did like a coin flip. I just don't like that many close victories. And obviously the Hail Mary can go the other way.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I think
go
they
the other way.
Oh, I think they could go further back though.
Okay, well, so to me, this is the type of team where they actually might be a better team with a worse record. And
that's smart.
Like they won
Like Brock Purdy.
They won 12 games.
Quarterback.
They add Laramie Tunsil's a great addition.
Yes.
Debo Samuel, if he's healthy, is a great addition.
Better team, worse
for number
record,
2. But I think better team, worse record, worse postseason, but just like still clearly building in the right direction. 8th best team in the NFL. Brew's on it. It's not about Brock Purdy, but Christian McCaffrey and the guys that they like Christian McCaffrey coming back is way bigger than any of the guys that they lost, right? And that changes everything. Now the Ayuk injury and whatever's going on with Jennings, that's a little tough to handicap at this moment in time, but we're 50 days away. So I'm going to bank on Ayuk's coming back when they say, and that Jennings will be there. But so assuming that, they have some problems, I think, with age. Kittle's getting older, Trent Williams is getting older, Bosa's getting older. So some of their superstars that they're relying on are older. But I just love Kyle Shanahan. I think he is the type of guy that maximizes what he has, and they should be healthier than they were last season. Number 7, this one's going to be controversial. The Cincinnati Bengals. They had a 3-4 record last year when they scored more than 30 points. Like, that was a historic offense last year. Outside of week 1 in the game against the Patriots that I know stuck with you, and I understand that was a disappointment. But after that game, they were truly an offense of like, oh, wow, that should be a 12-win team based on the number of points per game that they scored. Their defense was just so historically terrible. New defensive coordinator in there. Even if they get a bump from a new defensive coordinator to the 19th best defense in the NFL, they're a double-digit win team. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins coming back. I think Hendrickson is going to be fine. Like, they're going to actually have the positive vibes of retaining all of those guys. So I think that's going to be a controversial one with people, but Bengals at number 7. Number 6, what's not to like about the LA Rams? They gave Philly as much of a test as anybody down the stretch of the last 17 games. If that was a 62-minute football game, they easily could have won it in the divisional round. Les Snead is unbelievable. Fisk hit as a draft pick last year. Verse hit as a draft pick last year. They add Devontae Adams this year to replace Kupp so that Nakua still has Devontae Adams. Sean McVay is a wizard. There's really nothing not to like about the Rams. Them and the Niners, I think, is going to be excellent, assuming both teams stay healthy. The 5th best team in the NFL, Brew, your Baltimore Ravens.
A little low.
See, I figured you'd say that.
Low.
They were great. But these teams at the top are all excellent. First team ever with 40-plus passing touchdowns and 20-plus rushing touchdowns in a season. A truly historic run-pass offense from last year. Does Derrick Henry go a full 17? Can they stay healthy? I love Zay Flowers. At this point, I don't really want to point out any negatives because I think any of these teams in the top 5 are legit Super Bowl contenders. Number 4, we stay in the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. I trust Josh Allen a little bit more, and with the resources they put into the defensive side of the ball, with their first 5 draft picks being defensive players, with Bosa, with McDermott as their coach on the defensive side. I know everyone likes to talk about the receivers, but I don't know why you need to invest $150 million in DK Metcalf when you scored 30 points per game. Like their offense was fine last year, so they just need to stay healthy on the defensive side of the ball. And that team also, no team is more guaranteed to host a playoff game than the Buffalo Bills because of their path through the AFC East. 3rd best team in the NFL as we sit 50 days out. The Detroit Lions. I've picked them to be in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. We'll see if I end up making it 3. I can't remember a team more decimated by injuries on one side of the ball than the Lions were last year. Like we were
got it done.
And they still got the 1 seed. They scored 31 in the divisional round, gave up 45. I think we were robbed of an awesome Eagles-Lions NFC
Aaron
championship
Glenn
game.
is gone, though.
Aaron Glenn is gone.
The double coordinator loss.
We saw it with what
Stresses
happened
me
in
out.
Philly.
Well, Philly did fine.
That's the thing.
2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But I just,
And it was the same situation.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
that
nervous.
the Lions roster is excellent. I think that Ben Johnson to me is a bigger add for the Bears than he is loss for the Lions. Because I think a lot of people are going to be able to coordinate that offense. And then here we go. The Super Bowl rematch. What order does it come in?
I mean, there's only one answer here. Please don't do that.
No. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Thank you. This is just
All right.
sanity reigns
That's
today.
fair.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. The Chiefs at 2 and the Eagles at 1. The Eagles blew them out. The Eagles are the best team. The Eagles are the best roster. You could even say the Eagles are the best organization. And I would just like to address all the Philly fans who are very angry at me about Jalen Hurts being the 10th best quarterback in the NFL. If you've got the best organization and the best offensive line and the best running back and the second best wide receiver duo and the second best defensive tackle and a great young secondary and a good coach, and you were able to have Carson Wentz be an MVP candidate and then win with Nick Foles and then get to 1 with Jalen Hurts and then get back and win 1, maybe having the 10th best quarterback isn't an insult. It's a compliment to how great your overall organization is. Your organization is excellent. Your quarterback is very good.
Maybe the 4th best quarterback in the league is making everybody that much better. Making the coach seem amazing, turning Saquon into a Super Bowl champion, taking a Heisman Trophy winner.
The one guy that can.
The one guy is so
has
good. They tried
mastered
to
the
change the rules, like he was Wilt Chamberlain. Tried to outlaw.
He is the best rugby player in the NFL. There's no question about that.
Super Bowl MVP.
He is the Super Bowl MVP. So those 12 best teams in the NFL this year.
Oh, are we talking this?
Yeah,
now?
no.
I wasn't sure. I was just enjoying the Danny solo hour. All right, here we go.
I do it without being told.
I will give you this, Danny. This is better than Parkins Peak. Absolutely better than Parkins Peak.
Everybody's
Only
a critic.
real, I little quibbles here and there,
Yeah.
but I am going to move the Packers ahead of. I'm going to replace the Broncos with the Packers. And I do like the Broncos. I right now I'm leaning toward 3 teams out of that division making the playoffs, them being the 3rd team. But I'm going to move the Packers ahead of them. I'm expecting, and last year I was all J-Lo. I am expecting a better year from Jordan Love. Last year, as he did his first year as a full-time starter, he played better in the second half of the season. Last 7 games, 9 touchdowns, no picks. Now, he threw 16 touchdowns in the first 8 games, but he threw 11 picks. So I think some of that, I'm not going to say that's a pattern. He's always going to struggle early and then get hot late. Remember, he got hurt in game 1.
Yeah, the knee
missed
injury.
2 games, probably came back a little prematurely. Then they had a few receivers out, Dobbs, and, guys were out a little bit here and there, Christian Watson. And now I love the draft of Matthew Golden.
Yeah.
Like, I think he can become a number 1. They've had a group of good receivers, but probably guys that are no more than a number 2. I think he can be a number 1. He's got the speed, he's got hands, so I look for big things from Love and Matthew Golden. And then the defense was good last year. They didn't get a ton of sacks, but they were good defensively. Obviously, Matt LaFleur knows what he's doing. So I just would move. I think the Packers are going to be better than the Broncos. So that's really my change.
That's a solid addition.
Yeah, listen, the Packers feasted on turnovers last year. First year of the new defensive coordinator, McKinney, the safety addition, had all those interceptions. Tough to sustain that year over year. And their issue defensively, you're right, the pass rush. Yeah. They've invested a lot in the defensive line and haven't had a ton of dividends there. So, and they got to beat the Bears. So they got to beat them.
My take is
they lost them last year.
It's a little bit regional, but I'm not afraid of it. It's also just correct.
Oh.
The Patriots are going to be better than the Steelers this year. Are they going to be the 12th best team? I don't know, but I think they will be better than the Steelers for a few reasons.
Okay.
Reason number 1. I was riding my bike this morning. Let's say you're a skeptic on this take.
Yeah, that would be me.
And there's guys who ride their bikes faster than me. but they're going uphill. I'm going downhill. I will ride my bike faster. The Patriots have the second easiest schedule, second to the 49ers. The Steelers, Josh, is it 7th or 9th? Because 9th. The Steelers have the 9th toughest schedule. Okay. So just that alone, be like, oh, second easiest, 9th toughest. Games against the Ravens, no games against the Ravens. I will take games against the Bengals, no games. Oh, I think we do play the Bengals ones. In any event, quarterbacks. The legend versus the Drake May, who people do say has a mythical reputation. It's not really a matchup. One is just kind of like smoke and mirrors, and the other guy's got 4 MVPs. Well, let's look at how they did by the numbers. Completion percentage, Drake May completed more passes. Passing, total yards, because Drake May is out here looking like Randall Cunningham and Michael Vick, 242 to 235. Yards per pass went to Drake May. Touchdowns, hey, the guy's a rookie, 17, 16 turnovers. And Aaron Rodgers, 28 and 13. Passer rating, right there. Right, both around 90. If you had to bet your life that one guy will improve and one guy will slide, which guy are you taking?
I would bet on the young guy improving.
I would as well. I would also just take, in this world, I take a dynamic hybrid quarterback over a pure pocket passer who does have a bit of an Achilles issue. I think it will be better than it was last year. I think it's a 2-year injury. I personally think he's better. We play week 3. I will go there. I already bought my tickets for my children. A little bit pricey. That's okay. Mike Tomlin 3-0 against Vrabel. Does he sort of like got his number, or is Vrabel due? Because here's the other side of it. Mike Vrabel, 1-5 in Gillette. This game will be in Foxborough. So Vrabel, very little success in Foxborough. Well, that record will fall to 1-6. Doesn't
You lost me there.
But aren't you saying that the Steelers are going to be better?
Right.
What?
Vrabel is 1-5 in Gillette?
No, Tomlin's 1-5.
Oh, Tomlin. Okay, you said Vrabel.
Tomlin is 3-0
Tomlin's
against Vrabel, so Vrabel's due for a win. And Tomlin's 1-5 in Foxborough. He can't win in Foxborough.
Okay, yeah.
You would think that Tomlin's due for a win in Foxborough. Actually, not the case.
I get it.
Only Vrabel is due for a win.
The key with that stat was saying it correctly.
Yes, that's one of the.
But hey,
that's the way it
whatever
goes
it
sometimes.
takes.
That's the debut of Danny's Dozens.